Pace and pace. I think my strongest attribute is definitely my pace, and yeah, the coaches were saying the same thing. The only thing I would say is I never really used to go out and play on the street at a certain age. So when you're at that age of 13, 14, where you go into, because when we were younger in the streets, we were playing them in cages in Belgium.
Cages, yeah.
So in them cages is small-sided football, so technical ability is everything in it. But because I was training a lot with my youth team already, I was too tired to then go play again afterwards in the cages. So I missed out on a lot of these things. So that a lot of times I would look like, and I'm being critical of myself here. A lot of times, yeah, I was looking like a one-trick pony. I was looking like Dan James.
Oh, don't say it. That was in my head. Don't say it.
No. Honestly, I was looking like Dan James, where I had the ball, and the only weapon in my arsenal that I had was push it forward. I know I got the pace. I'm going to get past you and just whip it in.
Yeah.
But then I thought, do you know what? I need to add more weapons to my arsenal, bro. I need to have more to my game. So even though I finished training afterwards and I was tired, my legs were heavy, I was like, nah, I need to go to the cages where the man them are and start learning the technical side of the game. And it was only when I was 15, 16 that I started to add the step overs, the drag backs, and all the technical things you can think of. And by the time I was 18, 19.
And, sorry, Aaron, what age was you doing that at? You said where you was learning step overs and drag backs.
15, 16. 15, 16.
You got taught that. So that's my whole point. Sorry, back to the Dan James thing. I know it's like a United show. He can learn it too, people. This is what I'm saying. That can be taught. Aaron is a prime example. You can learn step overs and drag backs and tricks. You just need to be taught. That's all it is. Sorry, I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, no,
people are
right.
Because people act like training that you can't improve. You know what I mean? Like once you're a player,
training is there for you to learn. That's it.
This is my point. Yeah. This is my point. It's because when we did a show. It was a couple of days ago, and people were talking about Aaron Wan-Bissaka and his ability to cross, and like, oh, he can't get better. It's like you can learn to cross.
Yeah, you can. This is what training's for.
Yes, this is my whole point. Sorry to cut you up. I just want to get that out.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but 15, 16 is when I started to add the technical stuff to my game, and yeah, obviously now when I play with the man, them like some of the man will say, "Yo, like you're mad technical." I'm like, bro, you haven't seen technical plays. If you say I'm technical, wait till you see. Go to the pro levels, go to the stadiums, and see how technical players are. And this is why when we watch football and we see technical players and people say, "Oh, he's doing too much," like people don't understand how important it is to have technique. And technique doesn't always mean tricks and flicks. It can just be a very well calculated pass, which is hard to play. It's not easy. That's technique as well. Yeah, I learned all of that, playing in the cages, and obviously, you get embarrassed sometimes, you get nutmegged and these things, but those things make you stronger. Do you see what I mean? They make you stronger. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's definitely important. But I would say my strongest attributes at the time were my pace, but then I added technique as well because that was important.
Cool. Okay, it's that time. My favorite part of the show. I've been looking forward to this part for a while. Bro, I think, yeah, man. You know. Oh, listen. So, like I mentioned it earlier, obviously, recently, Aaron dropped like a little, picture after the whole Aubameyang and Toni Kroos thing, innit? Man dropped a little picture. I was like, oh, I actually played against one of these players. So, how would I start this off? So, how did that come about? Actually, yeah, let's put it plain and simple. How did that come about?
So, at the time, I was still playing a very low team. But I remember where I was living with my mum and my siblings and my dad. Because we came from Germany, and my parents purposely still wanted us to keep the language. So what they did is they bought one of them boxes where it had like bare channels and it had German channels on it as well. So obviously it was good for me because I was still able to watch Bundesliga games. And I remember one morning I was getting ready for school and I was eating in the kitchen and stuff. And I saw an advert that was saying, sign up for this. This is sponsored by Munich, sponsored by someone. You can end up playing against Bayern Munich. And I was like, oh, this is just a scam, man. What do you mean, bro? But then I thought, you know what? Let me just sign up here. So before I went to school, man went quick on the computer, signed up. They needed like footage, a picture of yourself, close up, and what else did they? Yeah, like normal information, like where you live, age, date of birth, these kind of things. So man put all of these things in, and when you signed up, yeah, you could see the pictures of everyone that signed up, and at the bottom of the website, you could see like the count of how many people signed up for it. So in the beginning, it was like 500. I was like, all right, cool, because it was across all the German-speaking countries: Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, and Belgium as well. Because in Belgium, you've got a small part at the border with Germany where they actually speak German, and German is actually recognized as an official language in Belgium, together with Dutch and French. So I signed up for it. I saw the count, 500. All right, cool. I'm one of the first. So I go to school, I come back and I check the website. The count's gone up to like, bear in mind, I went to school at like 8, came back at like 5, innit? And by the time I came back, the count had gone from 500 all the way up to like 5,000. I'm like, wow, okay. So there's a couple of ballers in there. And you could actually see the footage of everyone that signed up for it. So I saw that and I was like, yo, they got some ballers in here, bro. I'm never going to make it because there's too many good ballers. And they gave everyone 3 weeks to sign up. And yeah, by the time we all signed up and I looked at the count, there was nearly 15,000 across Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And I was like, hey, you know what? It's nice to dream, yeah, but I ain't gonna make it. So I left it as it was. So one day, I come back from school and my mum's like sitting there. And you know, one of them, when you come back home and your mum's just looking at you and you know you're in trouble, she's giving you that look. My mum was sitting there in the living room.
What you're talking about, But it's been there. I think everybody has been there at some point in their life. You know what you do? That's why Aaron's laughing the way he is, because we've all been there. You know when you've done something at school or something, and the teacher's called home and it's like, oh, here we go.
Bro,
So
I used to run home, to intercept the phone call, bro.
Sometimes you got it with it. Oh, my mum's like, here.
So my mum was sitting there with a letter on the table and she was like, sit down. I'm like, oh, shit, man. So I sit down and she's like, read this. And I read it and it says, hi, Aaron, congratulations. You've been selected from the 15,000. We've trimmed 15,000 down to 112 players to be invited to the Bayern Munich training complex to come and train. I was like, you're through to the next stages of the tournament, of the whole thing. And I'm like, what? And she looked at me, she was like, well done. And I'm like, rah. So I had to go to my room and sit down and actually...
Gotta stop you right there.
What's going on, KJ? What's going on?
Yo, man like KJ, what are you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm just intrigued with what's going on. I'm hearing trial stories and I'm like, oh, come on then.
Again, Aaron, I gotta salute you for that as well. Give people their flowers. That's major out of that many people to get narrowed down.
15,000.
15,000 to 112,000, bro.
112, and you made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the odds of that? You know what I'm saying? So when people are talking ish about what you know about the game and that, you played at a higher level than 99% of people. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I would love to play at that type of level. I wish I was good enough.
I wish I was good enough to play freaking Saturday League, fam, and semi-pro football, bro.
Sometimes you just gotta force yourself on them, you know.
Saturday League gang, that's me in it, man. I play Saturday League.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Saturday League as well, bro. I don't know if I can say it. No, I'm not gonna say it yet. But I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you, man, off air.
Oh yeah, I already know, but go on. I know you're talking.
I'm gonna tell you, man, off air. But yeah, man, I got invited to Munich and that, and obviously I prepared myself well. I trained. I had a few of my boys at the time in Belgium who helped me get fit and all these things. You know, they put me through some hard training, but it paid off. So obviously I traveled to Munich now. When I get there, and I was there with my dad, and as soon as we got to the Bayern Munich training complex, man let me just put it in, like, this is not the youth training complex. This is like the Bayern Munich training complex. Do you see what I mean? So I got there, and this was in 2012. So when we got there, there was pros training, but a lot of the pros were not there because they had just gotten back from the Euros in 2012, which was in Ukraine and Poland. So a lot of them had gone on holiday first before they came back for training. So, but the players that were there at the time, because I remember we got to the training complex and my dad was looking for a parking spot, and he was like, yo, can you look out and see if there's a spot? And I was like, yeah. So I was looking, but as soon as we got to the complex, I was so gassed, I left myself. So I got to the complex, and obviously I gave everything. Oh, okay, welcome to the training complex, and they gave me like a whole bag of like equipment. Like everything was sponsored by Adidas. We got boots, socks, shorts, t-shirts, towels, water, everything. So, and I was standing there, and you could see the pros train. And at the time, the manager was Jupp Heynckes, and he was there giving training sessions. And the pros that were there, I can remember, you had, I don't know if you guys remember, Diego Contento, you had Anatoly Timoshuk, you had Daniel Van Boyden.
That's a Timoshuk, you know.
Yeah, he was still there at the time. Yeah, he was still there. Man with the blonde hair.
I'm excited, you know.
Who else was there?
Timoshuk was Van Boyden as well. I remember
Van Boyden was there, yeah. But he was, at the time, he's already one of the veterans. He was close to retiring. Who else was there? Rafinha was there, Brazilian Don. He was there.
I used to sign him all the time. A Football Manager back in the day, he was cold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And yeah, I think that was it, really. Hold on, actually, let me go through my phone and see what kind of pros were there.
I was about to stun and throw up some more pictures and that. You get me? Just him and Cruz chilling and that. You get what I'm saying?
Well, do you know what? Yeah, I've actually seen another picture on his Instagram, but he's removed it now. He's doing the humble thing, innit? You need to throw that picture back up, man.
Oh, yeah, pull it back up, fam. Let the people know who you are.
I was looking for it today. I was like, where's that picture, bro? And I was like, oh, my man's archived it, cuz.
Aaron waiting. Aaron drop it when he at the right time and that. He gonna drop that at the right time, I'm telling you.
So who else was there? I'm looking at the names. So Contento was there. Dante was there. You guys remember Dante? The Brazilian
Dante, man. Yeah.
Dante was there. Rafinha, Van Boyden. Emre Can was there because at the time he was still a youth prospect. So he didn't go to the Euros. He came from the Bayern Munich academy. So.
Oh, wait. Is that just before he left for Leverkusen?
Leverkusen. There we go. Yeah. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was there. He came from the youth academy as well.
Oh, bro, now he's the player I always signed. I loved him, bro. I always signed him, bro.
Yeah,
because on FIFA you could get him for peanuts, innit? Like $2 million, they give him to you.
Yeah, bro, that's what it is.
Buddy was like, yeah, $2 million, cuz.
Bro, so when he went Southampton, yeah, I actually felt upset in a way because I was like, a player that I've signed and I know he's so sick from FIFA. Yeah, I was like, he's now leaving Bayern, but obviously Southampton, he did his thing and now he's with them pagans over, in London.
Who else was there? Luis Gustavo. He was there.
Oh yeah, Luis Gustavo. Man. He's been about here. He's been around.
Yeah, he's been about, bro.
You are taking us down memory lane with these players.
Who else was there from the forwards?
I'm still not over Timoshuk. Mazel.
Listen, I've said it before. Yeah, you man need to put respect on Aaron's name. My.
From the forwards, apart from a young prospect who was there, everyone else was at the Euros. Robin was at the Euros, Müller was at the Euros, Mandzukic was at the Euros, Gomez was at the Euros, and the only striker that was there was Claudio Pizarro. So, yeah, man. So
but still, fam, man, like Pizarro, fam, like.
Yeah, because he played for Chelsea at one point. I remember Chelsea signed him at one point.
He did. Yeah. So yeah, all these guys were there. They were training, and I can't lie, man. I was starstruck, literally, because these men, I was used to seeing them on TV, and I was just stood there, like with my mouth open, like I couldn't believe it. And then the lady that was in charge of the whole thing, she was like, "Can you go to the dressing rooms now?" So obviously, I had to get my mind right and get into that mood of like, okay, I'm here on a mission, and I'm not here to be fangirling and shit. As much as I appreciated the opportunity, but I was here to deliver, to do a job. And my dad was there as well. My dad didn't smile throughout the whole thing because he's like, my dad is a very cool individual, but when it comes to serious things, he's very strict. And I think I got that from him. So when it came to that day, he was very strict with me. So we started the training sessions, like warm up and then small-sided games where they check the technique. And this is in my mind, I was like, thank God I went to the cages when I was 15, 16 because the technique was on point. You see what I mean? So, do you know what I mean? And the small-sided games, I messed up a little bit and I was angry, furious with myself because I knew I could do better. But then I thought, you know what? I need to relax. I need to stop thinking about the mistakes that I'm making and just play my game and just be comfortable. And then we played an 11v11, and because we were 112, they split us up in different teams, and each team played 20 minutes. So you had 20 minutes only to show what you got. And I was like, all right, cool. Talked to myself and said, Aaron, this is your time, innit? And I didn't know what position they was going to play me in. So in my mind, I was prepared to okay, if they play me right back, I know what to do. If they play me left wing, right wing, I know what to. If they play me right back, defend, bro. Don't let nobody get past you. If they play me on the right or left wing, get an assist. If they play me striker, bro, score goals. That was what I was saying to myself. So there was, saying the teams and stuff. And then they put me in the team where I played striker. I said, I say no more. All I need to do is score goals. And what I did in that game, I can't lie, I didn't bust a gut. I didn't run much. But what I did was I used my brain in it. All I did was my movement was correct. When I got a ball, I made sure I never lost one. When I got it, I did as much as I could to keep it well, hold up, and then give it to someone else. And when I got the opportunity, running behind and score. I scored a hat-trick. And for me, that was enough. Do you know what I mean? Scored a hat-trick. Literally,
Come on now.
all 3 goals were the same. Got onto the last man. You know what I mean? I got inside a little bit. What's it called? I moved down a little bit to pretend like I received the ball, and then, you know, got in behind, scored 3 goals in it. 1-on-1 against the goalkeeper, just slotted it in. And then in the evening, they had a big ceremony and stuff, and where they called out the names of the 27 that were going to be in the squad to play Bayern. And, you know, I ended up in the squad. And yeah, man, I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it.
I bet you were super gassed and rowdy. So
gassed, bro. Like,
that's to be gassed about it now.
I'm gassed for you before, bro.
Playing against Bayern Munich, fam.
We vicariously living through you. You get what I'm saying, Joe?
You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
I mean,
so
when I play against Bayern Munich. Go on, Manny.
No, sorry. There's one thing you said, didn't it? You said you scored a hat-trick in it, yeah?
Yeah.
And they were the same goals in it. So guys out there, you see what training, yeah? And training... Actually, let me leave it. Let me not send shots.
No, go on. No. Do it. Fam.
Everyone knows, innit? But you see, when you train, yeah, on specific things, it breeds results. This is why Ollie's got to go. But carry on.
And do you know what? Yeah, those 3 goals that I scored, when I was training before I went to the trials, my friends were like, "Okay, cool. What positions?" Because they're very knowledgeable guys as well. They're like, "Okay, what positions are you good at?" So I'd say, "Okay, left wing, right wing, striker, and right back." So one day we would train specifically on striker stuff. The other day we would specifically train on winger stuff, and then the other day we would specifically train on right back stuff. So I was prepared for either way. I was prepared for each position. That's why I said when I played that position, I have to do X, Y, Z. So when I played striker, when we trained on the striker stuff, what we did is we put like mannequins, yeah. And what it was, I'd be with my back to goal, yeah, and then have to go through 1 or 2 mannequins and then pull to the right or left, depending on where they play the ball. And then there'd be another mannequin on my left or right, and then I just have to run in behind them on left or right. Do you see what I mean? So these movements, I was prepared for them anyway. See what I mean? This is what Manny says, bro. Training, when you train, yeah, you're basically, it's muscle memory, bro. What you do in a game is a replication of what you do in training. Repetition, until you do that shit in your sleep, fam. This is why we keep saying, like, when De Bruyne has got the ball on the right-hand side, what happens? Everyone here can say it. Someone's on the front post, penalty spot, and then you got Sterling, back post, tap in. Repetition. They do it in training every single day in training. They do that. So I was prepared for these things. So when I scored these goals, everyone was like, "Yo, you played really well." But in my head, I was like, I felt like it was training because I did these things when I trained. So yeah, man. After the ceremony, obviously they announced the squad. I was in the squad, and yeah, I was happy. Dad was there. He shed a bit of a tear. Do you know what I mean? So he was proud. And then I went back home because they gave us a month to like prepare and then come back. Prepared myself well, had good food and all these things, and then I went back to Germany again. And bear in mind, at that time, I'm still not realizing I'm about to play Bayern Munich. So we're training. I think we had like 3 days of preparation before the actual game, and we couldn't play at the Allianz Arena because at the time they were like doing some works in the stadium, so we couldn't play in there. So we played in a second division stadium, which was like maybe half an hour away from Munich. But it was still like a 12,500 seater. So
I just want to say something quickly because
that's sick.
Yeah.
Go on.
I just want to say something because it's in my head. You said they gave you a month to go away and prepare, innit? Yeah. I don't know if you've have watched or listened to Kevin Hart, Seriously Funny, where his mum, where his mum, basically sent him back to his teacher, innit? And then my man had the most. He was serious, innit? Like he was to the man them like.
I know it sounds like he sounds like you know in Dragon Ball Z where the new enemy comes up and Goku's like, "Rah, let me leave for like a month or two." Time chamber and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
That's it, bro.
That must have been the most serious month of your life.
Yeah,
Oh,
come out
bro.
and Aaron's Super Saiyan 2, fam. Like, what? Go on with this, brother. Where did this come from?
Madness, bro. Man was waking up at stupid hours just to go for runs and stuff, bro.
Yo,
Like,
fact, he was like Rocky in it. You get me going up and down. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking the egg yolk and that. Aaron was ready. He was like, "Yo, I am ready for this. This is my moment."
Yeah.
Nobody could take him out of that seriousness, man. But yeah, carry on, bro.
Man. Yeah, so we trained for 3 days properly. We got prepared and we got put in a hotel. Again, everything was sponsored by the Bayern Munich Foundation and Adidas and the non-alcoholic beer. And yeah, man, the day came where we had to play. And again, on the actual day when I woke up, I'm still not realizing that I'm playing against Bayern Munich. To me, it's just a game. In the meantime, my parents had both traveled. My family had traveled. They were there at the game. And so we prepare ourselves, and then the team gets announced in the early afternoon because the game was in the evening. Obviously, I weren't in the starting 11, but they promised me half an hour. So I was like, all right, cool. I know what to do. Striker's position. Manager said, I'll put you striker. You've got half an hour to show what you got. You know you're up against some of the best players in the world, but still, don't let that shit put you off. Don't let this shit scare you. Do you know what I mean? Be on the pitch and do your thing. All right, cool. So I was prepared. 30 minutes, you know what to do. So we get onto the coach, still not realizing we're playing Bayern Munich. We get to the stadium. We get out of the stadium, and you know how like they get out of the stadium and there's cameras there, and then they filming how you get out of the coach, and these still not realizing shit because I'm in my mind I'm focused, and I remember because I always remember people that know me well, they know like I'm a very detailed guy, so I remember like details from like years ago, and on that day I remember the one song that I kept playing over and over and over again was
Eminem, Lose Yourself.
Nah. the one song I kept playing over and over again was from the MMG album, Maybach Music Volume 2, A Power Circle. And I kept playing that over and over again.
Tune.
Yeah, I kept playing that over and over again.
Bro.
So I played that in my big, Beats headphones, and then again, still not realizing, like I said before, we got into the dressing room, I see my shirt, number 38, and I'm like, oh, these men did a good job because 3 + 8 is 11, lucky number, come on. So we get ready, we go out there, and before we were in a tunnel, and then we got out, and this is where I'm semi-realizing that we're playing Bayern Munich, because we got out on the pitch and the fans were already there in the stadium already, obviously, so we got out to warm up, and that's when it kind of hit me. I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is what's about to happen today. So, and then the Bayern Munich players come out to warm up, and then the crowd just goes mad because obviously it's Bayern Munich, innit? And by that time, some of the players came back from holiday, so the big names came back already.
Wait. There was a crowd. You were playing what in front of real supporters?
12,229.
See, this guy took my question. I was gonna let Aaron finish.
Come on now.
Yeah, serious. KJ said it there, innit? Come on now, man. 12K. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
no. He said 1,229, right?
12,229.
12,000, fam.
12,000, 12K, man. That's bigger than Bournemouth Stadium, bruv.
Yo,
so we warm up and all these things.
Sorry, just to say that 12K, that's a lot. They don't even get that in the Etihad. You get what I'm saying? And
Alright, Flawless, you need to chill.
they don't. The Asda across the road's more busy than the Etihad on match day. I'm telling you.
Listen,
So we
you,
warm up
like,
and then things there, and we finished warming up, and then we go inside, and I had a little chat with Ribéry, obviously in French, and yeah, man, this is why I keep saying, people keep asking me who's the
wait. Sorry, I'm stopping you again. You had a chat with Ribéry in French.
Yeah. This is why people ask me, who's the chillest footballer you've ever met? And I keep saying Ribéry because when I spoke to him, it felt like I'd known the guy for years. And because Ribéry, he's part of the Mandem as well, and people think he's like fully French now. Man's Algerian. Do you know what I mean? He's just not as his skin tone is not as the usual Algerian, but he's Algerian. So when I spoke to him, he was like he felt like one of the Mandem, like literally. He was like, yo, have a good game today. Don't let that shit phase you. Don't care about the public. Just play your game. And I was like, oh, thanks. I appreciate that. So again, it's starting to hit me. So the point where it fully hit me that we're about to play Bayern Munich is, even though I was a bench player, they allowed all of us to be in the tunnel and then go out on the pitch and then stand in those lines, innit? So I'm in the tunnel, and it fully hit me when I was like, I was nervous a little bit, and I was kind of, looking down, and I was like saying prayers and all these things, and there's this big, massive guy that pulls up next to me, like built like a flipping tower, bro. He looks at me and he says, "Are you nervous?" I look up and it's Jerome Boateng. That's when it fully hit me, bro.
Yo, man.
That's when it fully hit me, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro. Like, I look to my right, I look up. Man's, like I said, man's built like a flipping tower. Like, people don't realize how massive this guy is, bro.
Yeah, how does that feel? Because, like, you see them on TV, you're like, oh yeah, he's tall. He's probably like 6'3", 6'4", and stuff, innit? But like, when you're next to them, do you just feel like a speck of dust?
You're literally you're trying your best not to be, but you're starstruck, innit? You're starstruck. That's all I can say. So, Jerome Boateng. Yeah,
that's understandable.
Yeah.
Boateng literally. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He basically said the same thing as Ribéry. He said, "You know what? Just be concentrated, play your game. That's it." And then we start the game, and then obviously they pam us. They score goals left, right, and center. And this is where, again, when you watch a game live in the stadium, this is where you learn stuff as well. And this is where it's from that moment that I learned and understood that Thomas Müller ain't no joke, man, fam. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. He uses this. Just like Lahm, he's not the quickest, not the techiest, not the strongest, but he's got this in it. This is probably why he's able to play for so long. Like, he's 30 and he's still bagging goals, and he broke the record for 20 assists last season. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be doing that at 30 years.
Nah, if you know what it is, Thomas Muller's one of those footballers. You look at him, it's like, yo, you should be in the bank, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't look like a footballer. And then when you see him play, there's no like starstruck. There's no like quick pace. As you said, there's no like real tech.
He's just
He's just efficient, fam. He's just
efficiency,
he knows where
bro.
to be at the right time. Knows what pass to make. Knows what shot to make. And it's just like I've tried to defeat him in the past, fam. I can't defeat him.
You can't, bro.
He's Thomas Muller.
He's one of those players that we've grown up with, and last season, like, it was weird, didn't it? When I saw him in the Champions League last season, I was like, how is this brother still here? He should be like, because we've grown up with him, I feel like he's 50, but he's only 30.
Yeah. It's mad. It's because, like you said, we've seen him literally from the start of his career to where he is now. So the majority of our life, or almost half, we've seen Thomas Muller. He is the definition of German efficiency. He's the definition of how good
the man got a golden boot at the World Cup or Euros, fam?
Yeah, like, World Cup 2010.
2010 World Cup, man gets bought. He got golden boot.
10 years
My
ago.
man was
10 years
20,
ago.
What, 20, 21, 22, 23 at that time?
Yep.
Like, that's how mad it is. Like, people don't understand. If Germany had a good World Cup in 2018, he could be on the verge of getting that record of most goals in the world, like in the entire World Cup. Like, that's how close he actually was. Like, this
he's on 10 goals now.
Like, it's Thomas Muller is frustratingly amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
That's exactly how to put it, KJ. That's exactly how to put it. Yeah.